Hello, Drum Percussion Studio. This is Troy Jones. I'm your host. I am instructing the Drum Set Experience B class. This is for the 8 to 12-year-olds, all Drum Set Experience B class. All right? So if you were with me last week, hopefully you got to join us. We did a lot with 16th notes. We did a lot with 4 on the floor. We're counting quarter notes on the bass drum. That's how we play 4 on the floor. It's kind of like a disco or dancey kind of beat. Make sure if you're joining me today that you've got your sticks, you've got your drum pad, and you've got your brain turned on and you're ready to roll. Today's warm-up, we're just going to go through singles, doubles, and paradiddles. And I'm going to say whether or not we're going to play a quarter note, eighth note, or 16th note. So if I want you to double it up, just do the same thing and double it up. Here, I'm going to get it started with our drum machine. So these are 16th notes that you hear on the hi-hat. Or 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E and the 1E and the 2E and the 3E and the 4E. So what I want to do is I just want to play eighth notes, which is right here. This speed, we're going to go through single strokes, double strokes, and paradiddles. And I'm going to count them. But I'm also going to tell you when to change. All right? Make sure you have your 90-degree angle over top of the center of the drum, about an inch over the drum. Make sure you can see me better. Yes, exactly like this. Your hands are, the palms are down, the thumbs are toward each other, and we're bouncing the basketball. Nice and fluid motion. All right, so we'll start with single strokes first. Gonna go. 1, 2, ready, and single strokes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Double strokes. 2, ready, and go. And 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the stools are making a lot of noise. 1 and 2. Paradiddles, ready, go. Right, 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 left, right, left, right, 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 left, right, 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 left, right, and 2. Back to single strokes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right now we're going to go through all of these, and we're going to do 16th note bass. So double it up. Here we go. Single strokes, ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Double strokes, 2, ready, and go, and 1, and 2, and nice and fluid. If you're too tense, this will probably be very tough. Paradiddles, 2, ready, and go, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the single strokes, eighth notes, ready, and 1. Alright, so we're just hanging out here. Just keep that going. Really want to think of the evenness between the hands, the evenness between the spacing of the notes. Let's go back to the 16th note rate with alternating single strokes. Here we go. 2, ready, here we go, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, strokes, ready, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Paradiddles, ready, and go, and a left, 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 left. Paradiddle, 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 left, left, left. Paradiddle, paradiddle, back to the single strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and two, and a 1, 2, 3, and 4. Last time. Ready and excellent. So hopefully you were able to keep up during the paradiddles. It's excellent to try and accent the first of each side of the paradiddle. Paradiddle, paradiddle, paradiddle. Kind of helps you keep track of the sticking. If your double strokes are going like this, if you're tensing up too much, this will be extremely difficult. You got to use a rebound of the drum. All right, that's the only way you'll get it. If you're trying to stroke each sticking out without using rebound, it's going to be really hard and absorbing a lot of shock and not what we're looking for. So use good rebound with that. All right, we're going to move on today. Today, we're going to add in the left foot. Okay, so normally we played the bass drum is the one we use with our feet. It's just usually the bass drum. Last week we did 4 on the floor, bass drum on all the quarter notes. This week we're going to do both feet on all the quarter notes like this. And now we have, eventually we'll have all 4 limbs, 1, 2, 3, 4, moving at the same time. This is considerably challenging for a lot of people, but we're going to build it in a way that makes it easy on everyone. So promise me, or I promise you that if you just stick with me, it'll happen. I promise. All right, here we go. So first things first, both feet, quarter notes. We talked last week about having, my sticks are going to roll off. We talked last week about having your heel down. If you play like this with just moving your foot this way, you're going to feel a lot of burn here. So if your feet are just going up and down like this, you might have your heels on the ground and you might be more balanced, but it might start to burn in the front of the shin. However, if you play heel up, meaning your toes are on the ground, this might be a little easier because your calf muscle is a little stronger and it pushes the emphasis in the back of your leg. Okay, so that's up to you. Whatever's comfortable, feel free to go between the two. Doesn't matter. Really, the idea is that they're both hitting the ground on the quarter note every time, no matter what. Okay, consistently. So let's just get this going. Let's get the bass drum and the hi-hat, so to speak, if we were playing both of them at the same time. And let's turn this drum machine into a disco beat where we will, nice and easy. So let's start. So right now you should have both of your feet stomping on the ground just like this. 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost like you're just hanging out, tapping along with music. This should be just that easy. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're always counting. 2, 3, 4. Don't change anything. But soon I just want your right hand to play 8th notes. Just like you would. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Quarter notes in the feet. 3 and 4. It's almost like it's a game of 8 on a hand, but it never stops. Just the right hand going like this. Now count. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now don't stop that. Keep that going. But every time you come to a 1, I want you to strike the drum with your left hand. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, ready and go, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. Seems easy? We got 4 limbs going. 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. All right, now just to the right hand. Keep this going. You're going to get a lot of playing in the day. What the goal is to make this autopilot, so we don't even think about it. Okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now every time you hear number 2, I want you to strike with your left hand. 1, 2, ready and go, and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, 2, 3 and 4. Keep going. 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and stop. Okay. Now I want your left hand to play all the quarter notes. So imagine it just going right with your feet. And all fours. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're just striking quarter notes. Maintain the 8th note in the right hand. So every other time it's going to be the left hand playing as well. 1, 2, and the left, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, keep going, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. 1, 2, ready, and stop. All right. So if you were able to keep up with me there, that means your feet might even be tired. Your legs. Shake them out. Get it all out. But overall, if you kept up with me, you're getting a lot of repetition on this, which is what we're going to need when we hit the drum kit. So let's take this back there and see how we can apply it to the drum kit. Just like last week, you're going to have to give me a second as I figure out how to get back there. So bear with me. If you're trying to change and get to a drum set at the house, now's the time if you're not already there. Alrighty. Try not to hit my head this time. Come with me. All right. Sweetness. Gotta keep it plugged in. Gotta keep it plugged in. Got an ancient computer. If it doesn't stay plugged in, all part dies on us. All right. All right. Boom. And that's that. Can you see everything? Pretty good? Excellent. It's pretty good from here. Maybe even more like this. Okay. So now we're at the drum set. We need to figure out how to implement this hi-hat, this bass drum, and these two arms at the same time. Now first, you see this little piece on the hi-hat, this with the little wing nut, for example? This is called a hi-hat clutch. What's it called? Hi-hat clutch. Now, if you press on the pedal while this is loose, it just goes up and down, you see? However, if we push down just a little bit and turn it righty-tighty, it'll clamp, and now it's connected to this post here. Okay? So lefty-loosey takes it away. Boom, lefty-loosey, nothing there. Righty-tighty, push your foot down about maybe an inch or half an inch and tighten it as you hold it down. Look at that. Now we're right here. Loosey again, left, takes it away. Press it down about a half inch to an inch. Tighten it at the same time. And now you've got your hi-hat coming on and off. Hello. Hello, governor. All right. So let's get into it. I'm going to turn this up a piece. All right, first we're going to build it just the same way we did in the front of the classroom. Except this time we got our feet going at the same time. If you don't have a drum set, just continue doing what we were doing up front. Our right hand is going to be on the floor tom now. Eighth notes on the floor tom. There we go, just like this. Let's get our feet going. 1, 2, ready, and. Alright, so hopefully you can hear that. I'm playing the bass drum and the hi-hat. 1 and 3 and 4, and they both hit on the quarters. I'm raising on the ands to make it easy on me. 1 and 3 and 4 and 4. Now from now on, don't stop this. Keep this going. Add the right hand, eighth notes. Ready and go. And 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. Feel like I need to slow the tempo down just a hair. Might even slow it down just a hair, 65 maybe. Get a little in over our head here. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay. Sorry about that. Quarter notes. 1, 3, 4. Eighth notes, 2. Ready and go. And 1 and. We're gonna add beats 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the high tom, just like we did up front. Just like this. 1 and 2. 1, 2, ready and go. And 1. Left hand stop and stop. So keep the breath going. If you accidentally stopped all that, keep that going. 1, 2, 3. Now listen. Every time we play a 2 or a 4, you're going to hit the high top. 1, 2, ready and go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep the feet moving. 1, 2. Move the left hand to the snare drum, go, and 1. Should feel pretty comfortable about now. 1, 2, ready. Keep this going. It's nice to keep a digital metronome going to keep us on track, keep us on time. Because if we're learning something new and we don't have something like that, we'll just stray back and forth. And as a drummer, we need to be solid. We need to be nailed. All right, so nothing's going to change rhythmically. Let's play the exact same thing. And I'm going to move the right hand eighth notes over to the hi-hat. This might be a little weird. It's going to sound weird for sure. But don't think of the sound so much as the sticking in the rhythm of what you're playing. Keep the eighth notes going steady. All right? Let's get the feet going first. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I'm going to add the right hand. Okay? Don't change anything. This is the pace of the right hand. 1 and 2 and ready, and the right hand. 1 and ready, and stop the right. So that's probably pretty disorienting, right? You're hearing the hi-hat open on the ands. It closes on the beat and it opens on the ands. Open, open, close, open, close. All right, let's try the eighth notes again on the hi-hat. 1 and 2 and ready and go and 1 and top of that. Hopefully you're keeping the quarter notes going. If you're on a drum pad, just do the same thing we were doing earlier. You get 90% of the facility down, even if you're not hearing the sounds. If you're playing with a drum set, the sounds can be disorienting, so just try and listen through that. Just think of keeping your right hand steady. All right, now we're going to add the left hand in. We'll start with the right, and we'll add the left hand in on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, right hand first, ready, and 1. Add the left hand on 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 4. Last time, ready, and stop. Okay, so here is the music that you are playing. Here's the music. Boom. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. If you notice the eighth notes on the hi-hat, you can hear it. Actually, let me change the beat so you can hear an actual. This is the actual beat you're playing. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. We notate the open hi-hat with an O, or a circle rather, above the X, and a plus where you close it. So open 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You see the snare on beats 2 and 4, and the bass drum on all the quarter notes. Actually, almost forgot to write this. And you see the little X above the bass drum. That shows that you're actually stepping on the hi-hat, because it does make a sound when you hit. Even though you're playing the hi-hat at the same time, it does still make a sound like this. you hear the chick sound. I'm going to set this here so you all can read it. And I'm just going to play it. Let's see. Maybe. Let's give it a couple times playing it. And you can read it. But get the feet going first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Add the right hand. Ready, go, and 1, and 2, and 4 with the left hand. Ready, here we go. Awesome, my friend. So go ahead and undo your clutch, turn it to the left. Righty, tighty, lefty, loosey. Undo your snares, set your sticks down. If you need to get your journal out and write this down, feel free. But I am going to send this in an email to make sure everybody has this written down. And I'll even write in the instructions of how to layer it. Layering it to where you add one instrument and then another instrument, another, to where you build this thing from the bottom to the top. Not trying to add everything all at once. It's crucial that you break it into components that are smaller versions of it until the larger picture becomes the whole thing, or the larger picture becomes a reality. So if this was really challenging for you, just back it up, start at step 1, step 2, step 3. I move somewhat rather quickly because there's, again, no one in the room, social distancing. And what you should do is take this with you, rewatch this video. If you need a reminder of how to build it, just rewatch the video, look at your notes. You can take a screenshot of this exact picture just right now. You go and take a photo of it. Otherwise, if you stayed with me and you got to put all of these together, all these elements together, you got a lot of work in. There's a lot of usage today. We did almost 30 minutes of it. So I hope you found this useful. This is a disco beat. Boom, scats, boom, scats, boom, scats, boom, scats. Sing it in your head, turned into a beat machine, a beat box. Let me do this. So, disco is a type of music. It's very dancey. And the drum beats are a ton of fun, and they're not, that looks like disco. Disco. That looks terrible. But you got the idea. You'll probably write and draw better than me. So you can use this beat in a lot of different styles, but it is called a disco beat. Disco, disco, disco beat. All right, cool. I hope you feel like you got something out of this one today. Put in the work. Got a pad at home, just stomp on the floor and play on the pad. If you got an actual drum kit, put this into motion. See what it sounds like. Make it sound good. Make it feel good. If people are dancing, then you're doing something right. All right. This is the end of it all. So I hope you have a great day. Hope you feel like you've learned something. Hope you feel like you've gotten better from the beginning to now. So until next time, Troy Jones out. Bye.